You ready to go on to the Gab founder, Andrew Torba?
I mean, is Gab that's like it's Nazi Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Twitter. It's a spinoff, or not a spinoff from Twitter, but it's a clone sort of Twitter.
Right-wing Twitter.
That right-wing people can go to and not get banned for saying, Nazi shit.
Horrifying shit. Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, he has a problem with how our country's being run, apparently.
Okay. Is he wearing a Proud Boys hat?
I don't know. It looks like a cross of some kind, like a Christian cross.
Okay.
This is a Christian nation. Like, why do we have a bunch of atheists and pagans in power and Satanists, right? Has anybody ever asked that? Why are we allowing our country to be ruled by atheists, Satanists, and pagans? This is a Christian nation. We have the numbers. And the sad part is that, like, Christians are voting for these people. This is insane to me. There's no hyphenated Christians here, okay? It's just Christian. Like, don't use hyphenated words. Ben Shapiro actually put it best. He said when you hyphenate a word, when you add a hyphen, when you add something in front of a word, it actually takes away from the real meaning of the word. It derives away meaning from the word. So no hyphen, no hyphenated Christians here. We are Christian. Christian. One word, right? Christ is King. Absolutely.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there. Starting from the very beginning, this is not a Christian nation, as in like our government is Christian. It's just not. Like it was like the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and everything like that. Those are antithetical actually to the teachings of Christianity, which I think is kind of so. Our government is not Christian. It's not built off Christianity, and I don't know what in the fuck he could be talking about there, other than the faulty sense that we are a Christian nation. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on the whole? This is a Christian nation.
I mean, it's not, but the majority of people in this country are Christian. So, but that doesn't make it a Christian nation. Or that's not how anything works. But I want to focus more on the fact that he said that atheists, Satanists, and pagans are running this country. Boy, how I wish that were true. Like, the fuck do you mean? There are very, very few atheists. I don't know if there are any Satanists or pagans that are in elected positions. But I mean, very, very few.
Yeah, so, I would say that there's probably more atheists in elected positions than either Satanists or pagans.
Right, but even so, there are very few atheists. Very few. And so I don't understand what he means that, I mean, I wish there were more atheists in positions of power, not so that we can take religion away from people, just so that there were people that were representing more of the country. I wish we had more of other religious kind of people, like people of other religions and non-religious in our government. That would be appropriate given that it is a representative democracy. And Christian white men don't represent all of us. Like, so I don't understand this idea. And I really, really don't understand why he's taking like tidbits of wisdom or thinks that's what he's doing from Ben fucking Shapiro.
Yeah.
The guy thinks that like wet pussies are a problem. Don't take advice from Ben Shapiro.
No, I wouldn't take advice from Ben Shapiro, but yeah, the whole and the whole idea that it would be unequivocally worse for like a Satanist or pagans or atheists to be in high levels of like power is just some bullshit, because I mean the was it the Satanists it's like the Satanist 10 Commandments or whatnot are so much better than the real 10 Commandments in the Bible.
I know nothing about Satanism. and
Well-
their rules and shit. I mean, I think that a lot of it's based in humanism,
Well, yeah, it is.
but
And-
I don't know anything about it.
Well, and for the most part, Satanists don't literally worship Satan. And it's, I don't know, it's just very different from like how Christians portray Satanists. And of course, pagans, there are plenty of pagans out there that are perfectly fine. And I mean, I have no problems with them because, you know, they don't try to shove their religion down my throat. And I've got plenty of pagan friends out there on the interwebs. You know, as an adult, it's hard to make friends in real life. So, but in any case, the Gab guy thinks that, you know, we're a Christian nation, and he's confused as to why atheists and Satanists are ruling over us. And
I mean, they're not.
Yeah,
They're just not. That's
well,
not reality.
They're not, and that's also like, I don't know. I don't really see our government as like ruling over us because, you know, I mean, we're supposed to have this input into how we are governed. That was the whole point in us setting up this American experiment, right? And so I don't. It's hard for me to say that people are ruling over us, but I also can understand seeing it that way because of the fact that the people that we elect generally don't care about what we actually want.
Yeah, you know, I disagree that we actually have any contribution because the way it is set up is, I mean, yeah, we get to vote, but our votes actually aren't the votes that count, right?
Right.
Because we have the Electoral College, and I understand the historical reasons for the Electoral College and all that stuff. But it's unfortunate because if we have a problem with the people who are elected, we don't have a lot of recourse against them. And it's especially when you live in an area that is not generally not the same, not of the same mindset as you. So like John and I, we live in the South and in Alabama, and it is a very red state, and we are not red people. And so like, sure, we vote, but how much of an impact does it really have? Because it's just like, we aren't represented in this state. Like nobody represents us and our interests. No one. We don't have local representatives. We don't have state representatives. We don't have representatives of our position in the federal government that are from our state. Like we're just not represented here. And so the idea of this representative democracy, I get what the idea is, but I don't actually think that it is functional in any sort of way. And the people who influence our our elected officials are lobbyists and big companies and the wealthy. We are absolutely an oligarchy. And there's just no arguing against that. I mean, that is how it is. It may not be what it says, but that is how it functions, because even regular people can't even run for office hardly, because it takes so much money to be able to run for office. Non-wealthy people can't really run for office. It's extremely difficult and very rare that it is successful. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's right. And that's why I guess I was trying to separate out what the goal was, like whenever we set up, the United States of America versus, what it actually is.
Oh yeah. I mean, the goal is good. It doesn't work.
Right.
It didn't work. It hasn't worked.
Right.